My child, I need you to slow down for a moment and really listen, not with fear, not with panic, but with awareness. What I am about to share is not meant to scare you, and it is not meant to confuse you. It is meant to prepare you. This Christmas will not pass like the others. It will not blend quietly into memories. It will not be forgotten. Something powerful is scheduled to happen, and it will touch your life directly. I am not speaking randomly. I am not guessing. I am not exaggerating to hold your attention. I am speaking because I have seen what is forming, and once you see it clearly, you will understand why this moment matters so much. This is not about destruction. This is about a turning point. A line being crossed. An old chapter closing so completely that it can never reopen again. You have felt something already, haven't you? A strange awareness that something is shifting. Not fear exactly, but a heaviness mixed with expectation. A sense that time is speeding up, that days are moving faster, that something important is approaching even if you cannot name it. That feeling is not imagination. It is alignment. This Christmas is marked. Not for loss the way you are thinking, not for tragedy, not for harm. It is marked for an ending, yes, but endings are not always negative. Some endings are mercy. Some endings are rescue. Some endings are the only way life can finally move forward. Before you assume the worst, stay with me. Breathe. Let your shoulders relax. This message is not here to take peace away from you. It is here to give it back. When this was shown to me, it did not begin with chaos. It began with calm. With normal moments. With routine. That is why most people will not notice anything unusual. The world will be celebrating. Streets will be busy. Homes will be filled with sound. Decorations will glow. Music will play. Everything will look exactly as it should. And yet, beneath that surface, something unseen will be completing its work. I saw a familiar place. Not distant. Not unfamiliar. A space that felt lived in. Warm. Personal. A place where memories already exist. A place where laughter has echoed before and tears have been wiped away quietly. It was a home filled with effort and care, the kind of home where someone tries their best even when life feels heavy. There was movement inside. People going about their day. Simple actions. Adjusting things. Preparing. Smiling without realizing how close change was standing. Nothing dramatic. Nothing alarming. That's how these moments always arrive. Softly. Unannounced. And then I understood something very clearly. This was not about something being taken from you. This was about something finally leaving you. For a long time, you have been carrying weight that never belonged to you. Responsibilities you didn't ask for. Pressure you learned to live with because you had no choice. Emotional exhaustion that became so normal you forgot what rest feels like. You adapted. You survived. You kept going even when you were tired of being strong. But survival was never the final plan. What ends this Christmas is not your life, not your family, not your safety. What ends is a season that drained you slowly. A season that demanded too much and gave too little back. A season that taught you endurance but cost you joy. You have been fighting battles quietly. Battles no one applauded you for. Battles you couldn't explain without sounding weak. Battles that happened in your thoughts late at night when everyone else was sleeping. You questioned yourself more times than you admit. You wondered if this was all life would ever be. That questioning stops. Something shifts internally first. That is how it always happens. The external changes follow later, but the internal release happens instantly. Like a knot finally loosening. Like breath returning after being held too long. You will notice it in small ways at first. A sense of calm where anxiety used to sit. A lighter feeling in your chest. A thought pattern breaking that once repeated endlessly. You won't even realize at first that something has ended. You will just feel different. This Christmas is not about fireworks. It is about freedom. Freedom from a cycle that kept repeating. Freedom from a mindset that kept limiting you. Freedom from an emotional burden that followed you into every room. You are not losing anything valuable. You are being released from what was holding you back. I know you are cautious. You've learned not to expect too much. Life taught you that hoping too openly can hurt. So you protect yourself by staying realistic, by staying guarded, by keeping expectations low. That coping mechanism kept you safe once, but you don't need it where you are going. What is coming does not require you to force anything. It does not require struggle. It does not require proving your worth. It arrives because the time has finally aligned. There is relief ahead. Not temporary relief, not distraction, but genuine rest. The kind that reaches places sleep never touched. The kind that makes you realize how tired you actually were. And joy returns too. Slowly at first. Then more freely. You will catch yourself smiling without reason. Laughing without guilt. Enjoying moments without mentally preparing for the next problem. That is how you will know the shift is real. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. Everything you thought was falling apart was actually making space. This Christmas marks the end of unnecessary suffering and the beginning of a lighter way of living. Not perfect. Not problem-free. But grounded. Stable. Supported. Stay present. Stay open. Do not fear endings. Some endings are answered prayers in disguise. And this is only the beginning of what will be revealed. My child, now that you understand what is ending, I need you to understand what begins, because an ending without understanding the beginning can still leave fear in the heart. And this message is not meant to leave you fearful. It is meant to steady you, to anchor you, to help you recognize what is unfolding so you don't misinterpret it or miss it. When a long season ends, the mind often panics before the soul celebrates. That is normal. You have lived so long in pressure that peace may feel unfamiliar at first. When the noise quiets, you might ask yourself, why does this feel strange? Why do I feel empty instead of relieved? That emptiness is not loss. It is space. Space that was never available before. This Christmas, something will shift inside you before anything shifts around you. That is important to understand. The inner change always arrives first. If the outer world changed before your heart was ready, it would overwhelm you. So the change begins gently, internally, quietly. You will notice that reactions that once controlled you suddenly lose their power. Situations that used to trigger anxiety won't hit the same way. Words that once cut deeply will feel distant, almost irrelevant. It will surprise you. You might even wonder if something is wrong because you're not responding the way you used to. Nothing is wrong. You are healing. For a long time, your nervous system has been in survival mode. Always alert. Always preparing for the next problem. Always bracing for disappointment. You learned to live like that because life demanded it from you. But survival mode cannot coexist with peace. One must leave for the other to enter. This Christmas is when your body, mind, and spirit begin to stand down from battle. You may not hear a loud announcement. There will be no dramatic sign in the sky. No one around you may notice anything different. But you will feel it. A sense that you no longer need to explain yourself so much. A sense that you don't need to justify your choices. A sense that you don't need to carry everyone else's emotions on your back. You will start choosing differently. Not selfishly. Honestly. You will begin to value rest without guilt. Silence without fear. Distance without shame. You will stop forcing connections that drain you and stop chasing validation that never satisfied you anyway. This shift will feel subtle, but it is powerful. It is the foundation of the new season. And with that inner shift, clarity begins to return. For a while now, your path has felt foggy. Decisions felt heavy. Direction felt unclear. You questioned whether you were moving forward or just moving. That confusion lifts slowly, like mist burning off under morning light. You won't suddenly have every answer, but you will know your next step. And that is enough. This Christmas doesn't bring everything at once. It brings alignment. Alignment between who you are and how you live. Alignment between what you need and what you allow. Alignment between what drains you and what deserves your energy. You will start noticing opportunities that once passed you by. Not because they weren't there before, but because you weren't ready to see them. When survival ends, awareness expands. You see more. You choose better. And yes, blessings follow. But not always in the form you imagined. Some blessings arrive as people leaving. Some arrive as doors closing. Some arrive as plans changing. At first, that can feel confusing. You might think, I thought this season was supposed to be better. Why is this happening? But soon you'll realize those exits and endings are making room. Removing friction. Clearing distractions. What stays will finally be able to grow. You will feel drawn toward simplicity. Toward peace. Toward moments that feel real instead of impressive. You will crave quality over quantity, depth over noise, meaning over approval. This is not you shrinking. This is you refining. Your joy will become quieter but stronger. Your confidence will become calmer but deeper. Your faith will become steadier, no longer fueled by desperation but by trust. And trust changes everything. You won't feel the need to rush anymore. You won't panic about timelines the way you used to. You will understand that what is meant for you does not require anxiety to arrive. It requires readiness. This is where many people miss their breakthrough. They mistake calm for stagnation. They mistake rest for delay. Don't make that mistake. Rest is not pause. It is preparation. Behind the scenes, things are aligning in ways you cannot yet see. Conversations are happening. Circumstances are shifting. Paths are being redirected. Not to confuse you, but to position you. You are being positioned for stability, not chaos. For consistency, not emotional highs and crashes. For growth that lasts, not excitement that fades. This Christmas is a checkpoint, not a finish line. A moment where you step out of what exhausted you and into what supports you. Pay attention to what no longer fits. Pay attention to what suddenly feels heavy. Pay attention to what feels peaceful without effort. Those are signals. You don't need to force change. You only need to stop resisting it. In the coming days, protect your energy. Not aggressively. Gently. Say no when you need to. Step back when something feels wrong. Choose rest without explaining yourself. This is not withdrawal. This is recalibration. And one more thing, my child, hear this clearly. You are not being punished for your past. You are not paying a price. You are not losing time. Everything you endured taught you discernment. It taught you strength. It taught you depth. Those lessons were not wasted. They prepared you to receive what is coming without destroying yourself in the process. This next season will not require you to bleed to prove your worth. It will meet you where you are, not where you pretend to be. Stay open. Stay present. Stay grounded. Because what unfolds next will build on this foundation. And there is more to be revealed. My child, now I want you to understand how you will recognize that the shift has truly begun, because many people miss it. Not because it doesn't happen, but because it doesn't arrive the way they expect. They wait for noise, for drama, for instant change. But this transition speaks in quiet language. The first sign will not be excitement. It will be stillness. You will notice moments where your mind stops racing for no reason. You will be sitting, walking, or lying down, and suddenly there will be silence inside you. Not emptiness. Silence. The kind that feels safe instead of lonely. That is your system standing down from constant alert. You may find yourself no longer replaying old conversations. No longer overthinking decisions that already passed. No longer mentally preparing for problems that haven't even happened. That is not you becoming careless. That is you becoming grounded. The second sign will be detachment without bitterness. Things that once controlled your emotions will lose their grip. People whose opinions shaped your mood will feel distant. Not because you hate them, not because you are angry, but because their energy no longer hooks into you the same way. You will stop explaining yourself so much. You will stop defending your choices unnecessarily. You will stop chasing understanding from those who never truly listened. This detachment will feel strange at first. You might question yourself, wondering if you are becoming cold or indifferent. You are not. You are becoming selective. And that is healthy. The third sign will be clarity through simplicity. Your life will begin to feel less complicated, even if circumstances haven't fully changed yet. You will know what matters and what doesn't. You will recognize where your energy belongs and where it has been wasted. Decisions that once felt impossible will feel obvious. Paths that once confused you will quietly close. Options that once distracted you will lose their appeal. This clarity will not shout. It will whisper. But once you hear it, you won't be able to ignore it. The fourth sign will be emotional honesty. You will stop pretending you're okay when you're not. You will stop forcing positivity. You will stop minimizing your own needs. Instead, you will allow yourself to feel without judgment. Sadness without panic. Joy without guilt. Rest without self-criticism. This honesty is not weakness. It is alignment. When you stop lying to yourself, life starts responding truthfully. Another sign you must pay attention to is resistance leaving your body. You have been pushing for a long time. Pushing through exhaustion. Pushing through doubt. Pushing through disappointment. That constant push has taken a toll you rarely acknowledged. This Christmas, that push softens. You will notice you don't have to force things the way you used to. Conversations flow more naturally. Timing feels smoother. Effort starts producing results instead of burnout. Life doesn't feel like it's fighting you anymore. That doesn't mean everything becomes easy. It means it stops being heavy. Now hear this carefully, because this part matters. When change begins, old patterns try to return one last time. Not to win, but to test you. You may feel a brief pull toward old habits, old fears, old thought loops. That doesn't mean you're going backward. It means the door is closing. Do not panic. Do not judge yourself. Do not assume you're failing. Simply notice it and choose differently. Choosing differently doesn't require dramatic action. Sometimes it's as small as resting instead of pushing. Speaking honestly instead of staying silent. Walking away instead of proving a point. These small choices lock the door behind you. You are not meant to rescue everyone. You are not meant to carry what drains you. You are not meant to stay where you are no longer growing. This season will teach you boundaries that feel natural, not forced. You won't need to announce them. People will feel them. Some will respect them. Some will resist them. Some will quietly fade away. Let them. What belongs in your next season will not require you to abandon yourself. You will also notice your intuition sharpening. You will sense things before they happen. Not in fear, but in calm knowing. You will feel when something is right and when it is not. Trust that. You have earned that discernment. This is also when gratitude begins to change form. You won't just be grateful for big things. You'll notice yourself appreciating small moments. A peaceful morning. A genuine conversation. A deep breath that feels full. A night of rest without anxiety. These moments anchor you into the present, and presence multiplies peace. Remember this, my child. You do not need to rush this process. You do not need to explain it. You do not need approval for it. Allow it to unfold naturally. The old season ended because it taught you everything it could. The new season begins because you are finally ready to receive without breaking. And there is still more ahead. Because once stability returns, expansion follows. My child, now we come to the moment where everything comes together. Not with noise. Not with drama. But with understanding. Because once you understand what this season is asking of you, fear loses its grip completely. This Christmas is not here to test you. It is here to confirm something. It is confirming that you are no longer the person who entered the storm. It is confirming that what once broke you no longer defines you. It is confirming that you are ready to live, not just endure. Many people think blessings arrive as sudden miracles, but the most powerful blessings arrive as stability. As emotional balance. As peace that does not disappear the moment life gets difficult. And that is exactly what this season is bringing into your life. You are entering a phase where things start to make sense in hindsight. Where you look back and finally understand why certain doors never opened. Why certain relationships fell apart. Why certain plans failed no matter how hard you tried. It wasn't rejection. It was redirection. What is coming now requires a version of you that can handle it without losing yourself. This is why the chaos had to end first. This Christmas will quietly reset your priorities. You will no longer chase what drains you. You will no longer beg for what should be given freely. You will no longer measure your worth by how much you sacrifice for others while neglecting yourself. You will begin to choose alignment over approval. And with that choice, life responds differently. Opportunities will feel calmer. Progress will feel steadier. Success will feel less stressful. You won't feel the need to rush anymore, because you will finally trust your timing. You won't feel the urge to compare, because your path will start to feel personal again. You won't feel lost, because direction will come through clarity, not pressure. This is also the season where you learn to receive. For a long time, you've been the giver. The fixer. The strong one. The one who holds things together. Receiving felt uncomfortable. Rest felt unearned. Ease felt suspicious. But now, your nervous system is learning that safety does not have to be temporary. You are allowed to enjoy peace without waiting for it to be taken away. This Christmas marks the beginning of a softer strength. The kind that doesn't need to prove anything. The kind that knows when to act and when to pause. The kind that understands that saying no is sometimes the most loving decision you can make. And here is something very important you must remember. Not everyone will understand this version of you. Some people were only comfortable with the version of you who overgave. Some people benefited from your exhaustion. Some people felt powerful when you doubted yourself. As you change, their access changes. That is not betrayal. That is balance. Do not shrink to keep others comfortable. Do not apologize for outgrowing old dynamics. Do not explain your healing to those committed to misunderstanding you. What belongs with you will adjust. What doesn't will fall away naturally. This is not loss. This is alignment. Now let's talk about how you honor this shift, because awareness alone is not enough. You don't need to make dramatic changes. You don't need to announce anything. You simply need to act in agreement with what you feel. When your body asks for rest, give it. When your intuition says no, listen. When something feels peaceful, stay with it. When something feels heavy, question it. Choose presence over distraction. Choose honesty over performance. Choose peace over pressure. This is how you protect what is entering your life. This Christmas, don't focus on what could go wrong. Focus on what is finally going right internally. Focus on the fact that you are no longer stuck in survival. Focus on the quiet joy of simply being okay without explanation. There will still be challenges. Life doesn't stop being life. But you will meet those challenges from a grounded place, not a desperate one. From confidence, not fear. From trust, not exhaustion. You are not starting over. You are starting wiser. And that makes all the difference. As this year closes, let gratitude replace tension. Let appreciation replace urgency. Let presence replace worry. You don't need everything figured out. You only need to stay aligned with yourself. This Christmas is not the end of your story. It is the end of unnecessary suffering. It is the end of emotional chaos. It is the end of believing you must struggle to deserve peace. A new rhythm is beginning. A healthier pace. A clearer direction. And you are ready for it. Stay gentle with yourself. Stay honest with your needs. Stay open to what feels right. You didn't come this far to remain stuck. You came this far to arrive here. And now, live. My child, before you go, receive this blessing with an open heart. May peace settle gently over your life. May clarity guide your steps. May protection surround your home. May joy return where heaviness once lived. May every good thing meant for you find you at the right time, without struggle, without fear. If this message touched your heart even a little, don't keep it to yourself. Like this message to seal this moment. Share it with someone who needs hope right now. Comment with a simple, "I receive," so this energy stays active in your life. And subscribe to this channel, because more messages meant for you are coming. If you feel led and want to support this work deeply, you can show love through Super Thanks, $30. It helps keep these messages flowing, reaching more souls who are silently waiting for encouragement, guidance, and peace. May every seed you sow return to you multiplied. Stay blessed, stay protected, and stay aligned.